I hope everyone's got the link, and then we can carry on. So I hope the video quality is good. I hope the audio quality is good. If it is, please let me know. I would love to see the comments. Let's have a look at the live chat and see who's on here. I think the link has been shared. I'm just hoping for it so we can move on from there. So I'm going to wait for the members to come on, and then I'm going to try and introduce myself, and then we'll carry on from there. So let's do this right. Okay. First of all, what I want to do is I want to introduce myself, right? And I think it's a long due thing. I've done it before, but I really want to introduce myself because there's a lot of people that are joining the group right now and really don't have any idea about what this whole channel is about, right? This channel didn't start off as 0xfiles, right? To be honest with you guys, right? It actually started when I had there was a friend of mine who wanted to what do you call this? Well, we were thinking about creating a YouTube channel where we can do a talk show, and he was quite interested in my experience in crypto. And he's like, dude, you know quite a bit. Maybe you can advise people and this and that through the thing. We can do it like a talk show. So that was the original intention, to create a talk show. And then what happened was we didn't do a talk show for whatever reason. It was overwhelmed because, I mean, he was overwhelmed because I ended up buying a whole bunch of equipment, studio equipment. So those of you guys who think I don't have the equipment, believe me, I've got about £25,000 worth of equipment sitting at home, green screens, the whole lot, right? I even had an office set up for it as well. But obviously the guy backed off. So I said, you know what, if the guy's backed off, let's see. So yeah, keep the live chats going on and see where we go. So for me, it was like, for him, it was like overwhelming. It was like, dude, this is quite a bit of investment because you want to do this full time. I'm like, yeah, if you want to go all out, mate. You know, I'll buy the equipment, I'll invest the money, and let's do this, right? So he then said, no, we can't do this. So he backed off anyway, no problem. He's got his own channel. He does food and whatnot and all sorts of other religious stuff. And he does do talks. And I have featured in his own channel a few times because I've got no hard feelings end of the day. And I was happy to buy the equipment because for me, I just need to buy something, right? I don't really care, you know, a whole bunch of DSLR cameras and whatnot. So yeah, it was a great setup, right? But I did that, but I'm kind of time constrained as well. So for me, like if I do something as a job, or if I do something, you know, if I dedicate time to something, then I maintain that time, right? That's more important for me than anything else, right? So a lot of you guys see me on YouTube and you hear me or watch me or whatever, and you listen to me as I am. This is exactly how I talk in real life. This is exactly how I act in real life. So when people see me, they might be a bit judgmental. They see me driving around all day long, you know, driving in my car, in my little 4x4, you know, I'll call it a little 4x4. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what brand it is. I know a lot of people are judgmental because they don't see me in a Ferrari. Believe me, if I was in a Ferrari, I'll be focusing on the road more because I might smash the car, right? Than this one. The 4x4 is nice, it's big, it's chunky. I love it, right? So, you know, I'm driving the car that I want anyway. So I see people being judgmental. It's like, oh, no, this guy's talking nonsense, or what kind of bullshit is he talking about, and X, Y, Z. It's all fine, right? I am not judgmental. That's the most important thing, right? You can judge me for all you want. You know, it's your opinions, do whatever you want. But I am who I am. You know, I see it and I just laugh about it. Many of the guys that follow me on YouTube, many of the guys who follow me on Discord, Twitter, XYZ, they know what I'm about, right? And they keep on coming back. So clearly I might be doing something right. And for me, my intention was just to help one person. And originally, as I said, that kind of like me and my mate, when we started the channel, it was called SWAT Dudes. And we, like, you know, we obviously split. I still continued with the channel. And then I kind of built on it. And then there was a few bunch of friends and family. They were like, at that time, we started the 2020 bull market, and they came along and they're like, right, dude, you know, we're moving forward. I can't see. So if there's any chats, guys, drop your chats there. I don't know how this whole thing works. I'm on YouTube using the phone right now doing a live stream. So what I was saying was, so I said, okay, I'll do a bunch of like, what do you call this? I'll drop information on the videos, because what happened was I was getting a lot of calls from a lot of friends and family, and they were like, Sham, should we buy this and should we buy that? And at that time, like, Bitcoin was about £5,000 or £6,000. I can't remember what it was, something silly like this. I think close to £10,000. I think it was something like that. Anyway, they came to me and they were like, dude, it's pumping. We want to buy some BTC. I was like, yeah, no worries. I'll guide you. I'll tell you what to do. Then a lot of people came along, and the Ethereum was around there. And I think at that time, Ethereum, they were buying for like £300-400 Ethereum. And they were like, guide us what to do. And I was like, just buy it, hold, and I'll tell you when to get rid of it. So a lot of the people just kind of like that. But problem I had was I was getting too many phone calls. And look, I'm just one person. I have 2 ears, right? And most of the time when I'm using a phone, I can only use one ear, right? If that makes sense, right? Even though I have 2 phones, right? But I can only use one ear. So a lot of the time people were turning around and like asking me random questions, which I thought was brilliant, right? I love these questions, but the problem I had was I can't answer the same question over and over again. So I have this situation, like, not a situation, but how would I say this? Something annoys me the most on this planet is when I have to repeat myself. I don't like repeating myself, right? I don't know why. I've always had it since I was a child. If I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it, right? If I say something once, then I expect you to listen. That's about it, right? So repeating myself, it's the most annoying thing on the planet. Believe me, I just can't stand repeating myself, right? And again, I don't know what's going on with the live chat, so I can't see anything. I'm not sure. But anyway, what was I saying? So come out. Listen, it's probably a long introduction, but why not? I'll give you the entire lowdown. So a lot of you guys who are coming, you understand what's going on. So for me, the best decision was that, I start dropping all the information on a video, post it to all of the friends. And at that time, I used to share the video links through the WhatsApp to the friends and family. And there was only about 16 people I used to share to. 16 became 20, 20 became 100, 100 became 500, 500 became 1,000, 1,000 became 2,000. But during the previous bull market, so I had the most of my subscribers came to me during the previous bull market, which is happening again right now. I can see a lot of new subscribers coming in. But what I've noticed is once the bull market finishes and the bear market enters, right, a lot of people just don't bother watching, but they still subscribe, which is fine. So the 3,019 or something I've seen recently, the subscribers are there, but they're coming in, which is okay. No one's. I'm not really fussed about who's coming in, who's not. But I know that during the bear market, they're not going to be there. It's a sad reality, but that's the reality, right? They're not going to be there. But most of the guys who stick with me during the bear market as well, they know clearly that I have clearly guided them, and I said, look, guys, when we get to a certain level, when we get to a certain threshold, that's when you start buying. All right, you start buying as much as you can. There are certain levels. Obviously, we don't say all the time. I don't talk too much about DCA because a lot of people are like, let's DCA. I was like, there's a time and a place for DCA. So when it goes to a certain level, that's when we want to DCA, right? So we make a target and we say that's where we want to DCA, right? And obviously, a lot of people benefited from that because there were some people who picked it up below the $16,000 level based on those analysis that we did. And right now, they're probably like 3-4x up, right? Which is great. So that's what I do, but I'm not here trying to do predictions. I'm not here. I don't hype a lot of the stuff. I don't shill projects other than my own projects, right? So also one other thing I want to mention is when I come on YouTube on a live or on a normal video, I don't do this kind of live that many times, but today I'm doing one. There's a viewer, his name is Maxim, he's a new guy, he's on there. Maxim, you mentioned a situation on a comment. I actually immediately react to that message and I made a live stream. Unfortunately, because I haven't done a live stream in a long time, the software, there was some issues with it and I couldn't see a link. So the first 10 minutes of that video, that live stream is actually blank because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know if I was live or not. And like this is telling me I'm live, right? The other one wasn't telling me I'm live. So it was kind of empty. If you skip forward 10 minutes, I did put it in the comment. If you skip forward 10 minutes, then the video starts, right? And I wasn't even well that day. I was really, really unwell. I was poorly and sick, right? And I kind of mentioned why I was sick as well, because through my venture in crypto, there's always been this urge, right? I would say urge to have something of my own. Because you know what? Everybody makes money. I see. Okay, right. I see Maxim. Maxim is here. He said, I am in. Awesome, my brother. Thank you very much. Just looking at the chats, obviously, trying to see who's in, who's not, so I can find out what's going on. So, Maxim, yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so I made a video, and in the video, obviously skip 10 minutes and then you see what happened. I was quite poorly. I was really ill that day. I was not feeling well at all. And it was like one of my worst days, feeling down. But I explained why I was feeling down, because I've been working my backsides off, right? And as I was saying, like, to be in crypto, you own crypto, you buy crypto, you make money in crypto, you lose money in crypto, right? And believe me, over the many years that I've been in crypto, I've made millions and I've lost millions, right? And I'm not boasting here, right? I've made millions and I've lost millions, right? The most recent loss I've had wasn't actually even crypto related. Well, technically related, but not that I've lost it in trading or anything. But I got shafted a little bit and I lost a lot of money, right? It happens, right? But that's because I've been investing in a venture, right, that I was really, really looking forward to, that I wanted. And for me, I've been thinking about creating this project since 2016. Now, a lot of people get the wrong end of the stick because I don't explain it properly. Let me explain this right now, okay? In this video, why not, right? Freaking hell, I might as well explain it here. In 2016, around the middle of 2016, I decided to create a project, right, a cryptocurrency project. At that time, we didn't have many coins, so there's an opportunity. I saw an opportunity, and I said, let me create a project, right, where people can come and trade and do whatnot and exchange, and some sort of a crypto project, right? And I'm not going to go into the details because those details are not relevant right now. So we started work on it, and during that, I kind of mentioned it on another video as well. We did some testing on BTC and XYZ, and we tested Ethereum as well. To see how it works, and we kind of experimented, right? Nothing more. So it was a long experiment from 2016, middle of 2016, all the way to like 2018. We kind of experimented with it, done all sorts of stuff, but we never released it publicly. That's one thing we've never did. The reason is, guys, what you need to understand, I'm not the guy. I'm not trying to create a cryptocurrency project to make money. If that makes any sense, I'm not interested. Right? That's not what I want to do. I have friends and family who are interested in backing me up. Now, the worst thing I could do is cheat on my friends and family. If I was to do some sort of a pump and dump or some sort of a project where I don't really give a shit about it, all I want to do is make money, who am I going to make money from? My friends and family? I don't need to. I can just go and ask them right now and say, right, dude, I need 100K. They'll give it to me. Do you know what I mean? So this is what a lot of people don't understand. They take things out of context when they see, oh, this guy wants to create a cryptocurrency. Who is he? All right, why does he want to do a cryptocurrency? I don't want to do it for you, right? I don't want to do it for anybody. I'm doing it for my friends and family, right? Because there are so many people that come to me and they say, like, we would love you to trade for us. We would love you to do this for us. We would love you to do, and I'm happy to do it for some people, but not everybody, right? Because I don't have the time in the world to manage everyone, right? However, through the evolution of like the thought process that's gone in, all the research and all the investment that has gone in, right? I've come up with ideas and I said, right, here's a structure I can actually work with, right? Let's form it into a company, right? And let's do this in a particular way. Of course, doing it privately, you can only do so many people. So over the time, I've kind of moved forward, like, from buying, selling. And so I used to buy and sell a lot of crypto. And then I realized, right, hold on, I'm just making a small amount of commission. Yes, I get to keep the BTC. I get to keep the Ethereum, right? The commission money that I'm making. And yes, it's adding to my portfolio, but it's not really doing much, right? And it doesn't really help anybody else, right? How can I automate this, right? So through this, I ended up opening my own software company. I ended up making a few softwares with a bunch of developers and friends now. We're absolute friends now as well. So we created a software, we created a payment system, right? Which is still out, it still works. And I've mentioned this briefly on another video as well, that look, I've been involved in softwares as well. So we did all of those things, they work. But it wasn't my cup of tea. That hype, that enjoyment, that pleasure you get from running a software company. It wasn't my cup of tea. So I did that for a few years. 2020 March, I remember it was 2020 March, during the pandemic, I kind of stepped away. I said, look, I can't do this anymore. It's just not my kind of tea. But do you know what? The beautiful thing about it was every few seconds is to ping, right? So I've got money coming in, a few pennies here and there, right? But the point is it's automated. It's a payment system. I'm getting money every few seconds, right? If not every second, right? Beautiful. And the volume matters, right? Because you do a lot of volume. Okay, you might not make much if you do like $1 million worth of transaction or £1 million worth of transactions. You might get to keep a percentage of that, because of the fees and all the Visa fees, master fees you got to pay, all the Amex fees and whatnot, all the payment companies, right? You got to pay them. So after you pay them, you get to keep a very small amount of money, right? And it's not irrelevant. It's a good chunk of money, right? But I didn't have that thing. That's not my expertise, right? So for me, my expertise is crypto. I want to integrate crypto. So I've been kind of working and saying, look, I need to integrate crypto. I need to create a version 2 where I can integrate the crypto. However, I can't do that because over time, the rules, the regulations in the country have changed, right? And because they have changed, the conditions for me to operate my type of a software company that I wanted, a payment system, a payment gateway, I can't do that with crypto because FCA won't allow me, right? So I said, okay, fine. If that's the case, I can't do that. I can't expand on that. And I can't integrate all the friends and family that I wanted to come and join my little program that I was going to do. So that was kind of put on the sidelines. And then I said, right, okay, let me carry on. So I started building a cryptocurrency exchange, an exchange software quite unique in its own right. And I spent many years on that, right? Many years on that. So the total time on the project was like about 5 years, right? And so 5 years I've been paying developers and this and that. And then obviously, not obviously, but you guys don't know this, but the development company decided to go bust and they left, right? Go to another country and create another company. No, I can do all of those things. That's not the point. Creating another company, Maxim, is not the most important thing. I have something that works, right? And it all started from one idea, one simple idea. The idea was to create a cryptocurrency project. That was the initial goal. I want to create a cryptocurrency project. And the project should be able to help friends and family. That was the key, right? Friends and family, viewers, subscribers, whatever, supposed to help them. But how do you create this? That was the challenge, right? And this is where we did all the experiments, right? The challenge was, and let me see what you said at the end. You said, there are a few countries that are welcoming companies. Yep. Hold on. Welcoming your companies and projects. Of course, there are plenty of countries out there. But there's more to this. And this is, I'll get to the point of this, right? You'll understand this, right? There's far more to this, right? It's sparked from an idea, right? At that time, I used to operate a cab office, right? In central London, in the middle of Leicester Square, I was operating a cab office, right? And I used to be a cab driver, right? A lot of people don't know this, right? Actually, friends and family obviously know this, right? I used to be a cab driver. But cabbing wasn't my kind of a thing. I don't like traveling with people, but I used to do a lot of VIP work. So my car was a fancy car. I won't say what it was, but it was a fancy car. And I used to get hired to do a lot of, what do you call this? Like VIP work and whatnot. So it was okay. So I didn't have to do many jobs. I didn't drive people around all day. I'm not like technically officially in the UK. If you're not a black taxi driver, then you're a mini cab driver, right? So that's the two types of license we have. So a VIP driver still has the same license as a cab driver. So I do say cab generally, but I was working as a VIP driver. So I was doing a lot of hotel works in XYZ. And as I said, I wanted to do a crypto thing. So that's the kind of my peak of like 2015 and middle of 2015 to 2017, end of 2017 was my peak, right? I did the best, the maximum, right? So I went ballistic. I said, right, I got to invest. I got to do whatever I need to do. And I said, created a payment company from that, a payment gateway system out of that, created a food ordering system out of that. So version 1 was one thing, version 2 was another thing. Then I created version 3. Version 3 is when I kind of stopped. And I said, right, stop, right. I'm going to come back to this at some stage. So that's when I stopped. And then obviously we're here now. I've lost a lot of money because the company went bust. So I've lost the money that I invested over the time. So it's not one-off payment. It was like over the time, the amount of money I paid them, right? The amount of visits I made abroad, and the company was based abroad. So amount of time I went to Dubai and to deal with them and XYZ, and then they went bust, right? So leaving all of that side, I said, look, I'm going to do it all on my own. I'm going to start again. I'm going to do this again. So again, I'm on the same venture, doing the same thing, bleeding money left, right, and center, but not as bad as before, because I do have a lot of the code base. So a lot of the stuff that the development company did, when they were going back and forth, they gave me the information, they gave me the code base. I have those softwares, and I have enough people in the industry, like development industry, that I can pull together to build this. So that's what we did. We literally sat down and we said, right, over the next few months, we're going to build this. So since October, a lot of people don't know this, right? Since October, we've been working hard, day in, day out, like around the clock, right? And I'm talking about nationally and internationally, right? All around the globe, many different places. We've been working together in developing this particular software that, you know, is an exchange, basically. So I want to create an exchange. I want to create a cryptocurrency that's there. But we also ended up adding a feature of like a hedge fund, right? Which is something that a lot of people don't know about. And I don't want to talk too much about it in this video. I'll probably do another video later. But we are building a community on that. And that is due to be launched very, very soon, right? So I wanted to create a utility where like my friends and family can come and they can just hold this coin and benefit from the market or the trades or whatever it does, right? So that's what we wanted to create. So finally, I think I nailed it. And now all I've got to do is add this function to the original payment gateway and the system that I originally created. And eventually I will make my dreams come true. So that's the whole idea of what I'm doing. And this is like a massive introduction to who I am. So I'm not just a normal guy who drives around his car. What do you think I do? Pizza delivery? You freaking crazy, right? You know, and a lot of you guys judge me for what car I drive. What do you think I drive? A Nissan Micra? No, I don't. And even if I did drive a Nissan Micra, I'll make sure it's a Ferrari red. Okay, I'll make sure it's a Ferrari red Nissan Micra. Why not? Why not? Right? So I just wanted to drop this in there because it's quite funny, you know, how people judge because they don't see me in a studio. They don't see me sitting behind the desk. But guys, don't take me wrong. Understand this. I don't do this as a job. Majority of the people who are sitting behind the desk are doing it on a schedule. That's their job. They're making money from YouTube. They're making money from you. They're making money from all the links you click in the back. They're making money from all the referrals they give, right? That's how they make money. And don't get me wrong, I have had links below my video in the description before as well. But those links were there for like Coinbase, Binance, but those were only there as a trusted exchange, nothing more. But as soon as Binance left, I took it out. And when I had issues with Coinbase, I took it out. I said, no, what's the point? I'm not going to leave it there. You know what I mean? So let's see what Maxim just said. So I don't know why this chat pops up and it just goes away. Let's have a look. No, I absolutely, speaking for myself, hold on. He says, I really thought that you're one of the kind person who is obviously smart and giving a good advice. That's why I'm calling you a Gemma. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Listen, you know, I've always been as honest as possible. I speak my mind. I speak my heart. I don't hold things back. I've been told off by many people for being too honest. I've been told off by really good friends, you know, industry good friends, like, you know, people, bankers, accountants and this and that. They're like, Sham, you got to stop telling people everything. People are monetizing the information you're giving, right? Why are you giving this stuff away, right? But I'm not. Honestly, I don't feel I'm giving anything away. There's a lot that I have that I'm not giving away, right? But I've always been transparent. That's the key here. I've been transparent. I've never come on YouTube and put an act on, you know, like, for example, be a different person. I've never been a different person. I've come to YouTube and I am exactly who I am in real life, right? I talk exactly the way I talk in real life, right? You know, people who meet me, they see me exactly how I don't dress up any differently. I don't talk any differently. I am who I am. You know what I mean? I do not change any of this stuff. I've never ever, believe me, come on and put an act on, oh, I'm this guy, I'm that guy. I'll give you a good example. If I'm buying 100 grand's worth of something, right? I will happily come on YouTube and say $100. Why? Because I want to be modest. I don't want to show off. I'm not here to do any of that. You know, I don't want to show you my Rolexes. I don't want to show you none of that stuff, right? You know what I mean? Because why? Because all of that's going to be fake. I don't want to do that, right? I want you to see me for who I am. A lot of the people on YouTube, the people who watch the videos, right? The regular viewers, they know me in person. They've met me in person. They've sat with me in person. We've had food together. We've had coffee together. They talk to me over the phone, right? They have my phone number. Do you know what I mean? Right? That's the type of a person I am. If I completely trust in someone and if I believe in someone and I think that person is a genuine person or at least like-minded, I'm happy to connect with them, you know? And that's all I'm looking for, nothing more. So what is he saying? Sorry, I can't see the chat because it comes and it goes. And again, if I'm not trying to kiss your ass, people are really, no, brother, no, I don't think you're kissing my ass. Listen, really fake, and they selling the fakeness. No, you're not kissing my ass, and no, I don't feel anybody's kissing my ass. Honestly, believe me, Maxim, you've come to me and you've been humble, and the way you've messaged me through the YouTube videos and this and that, you've come and you've connected and you said something, and you can see I'm not the type of a person who just ignores the comments. I reply to all the comments. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, right? I reply to every single comment. I'll make time for you if I can. If I have the time in the day, I'll make that time for you, right? I'll come on and I'll talk about it. For example, there was another new brother who's just joined our Discord server. I forgot the name, so I really do apologize. He's asked me regarding Ethereum when he wants to sell that, and I would love to answer that, right? I'll probably even answer it now, right? So when should he sell his Ethereum? Now, with Ethereum, if you have watched the recent video, you would have known that I've said Ethereum hasn't caught up. So BTC has pumped, right? In fact, right now, I'll give you the time. The time is 5 minutes past 12. So it's 12:05 a.m. here in the UK. And it's the 1st of March. And today, I believe right now is officially Friday. It's the 1st of March. And BTC is sitting at 61,227 at this very second, right? The total market cap, I can tell you, because a lot of people don't know this. I actually have my entire chart in front of me. I drive with my chart on my screen. I don't listen to music, right? I don't watch. I got Netflix and this and that, but I don't listen to none of that. I actually watch my charts the whole time. So I've got my charts displayed, my prices displayed. So my entire watch list is here. Total market cap sitting at $2.2 trillion. Brilliant, I ain't complaining. BTC 61,246 now, ain't complaining. Ethereum sitting at 3,345, aren't complaining. And all of them are green again. So I'm not really bothered about what the market is doing right now. The fun fact is Ethereum hasn't caught up, right? Ethereum will have to go and touch its previous all-time high, right? Hey, bro, message from Discord. Who is this? Who are you, my brother? Please tell me who you are. Hamida Farhat. Okay, nice to meet you, brother. I think you're the brother who messaged me about Ethereum, so I am talking about you right now. So market is showing green, but none of that matters. Remember what I said in the yesterday's video, I believe it was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday's first video, the one I did in the day. Yes, Modi, yes, that's the one, brother. Yes, nice to meet. So I am talking about you right now. So in yesterday's first video, the one I made at 2:45 p.m., the one I said BTC's moved above 60,000 or something, that's the title. On that video, I specifically mentioned, I'm going to get to you. Yes, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch on my YouTube thing here on my screen, so that way I can actually read the comments, because I'm struggling reading the comments because it's so tiny on the phone, right? Even though it's a Samsung S23 Ultra. It's tiny, it's freaking tiny. I will flip over to YouTube on my device so I can see, at least read the chats, yeah? But let me get to the point of this part, what I was saying about the Ethereum. Now, Ethereum, not Ethereum, the entire market, right? So if you remember that particular video, I said, even if we open red, all right? So I was talking about Thursday. I said, even if we have a red candle on a Thursday, it's fine. It's not to worry about. Also, if you do remember the numbers, if you have watched it, I talked about how 58K to 56K is a nice little level that I would love to see. I want to see. If it doesn't come, not to worry. If we can stabilize around the $62,000 level, that's absolutely fine as well. Any level where we can create a base. Now, that's what I was talking about BTC. But at the end of it, I also said that Ethereum hasn't caught up and BTC needs to relax for Ethereum to catch up. And when I talk about catch up, I'm talking about Ethereum trying for the all-time high. So it doesn't have to go to the all-time high, just to try for that. Now, if you leave all of that aside, and even if we have a couple of days of bloody, right? What you have to look at is the weekly candle. So you move over to the weekly candle, and what you realize is weekly candle, we're still fine. We still have enough room to grow, right? So that means there's enough momentum still in the market for it to push forward, right? Are we going to see new all-time highs this year? Ultimately, until we get to the previous all-time high, we can't tell, right? That's the honest truth here. We cannot tell. I know a lot of people come on and try and hype it and say, oh, we're going to go to 500K, 100K, whatever. Guys, let's be real. And I've always said this, be real. Now that we're getting closer to the all-time high, all you have to do is set up a trailing stop or a stop loss. In fact, if you go to my channel, YouTube channel, I've highlighted a video, which is the trailing stop video. Watch that. That will kind of teach you how to set up those stop loss or trailing stops at least. Now, trailing stops are very powerful, right? It's a very, very unique tool. If you can use that, then you can climb the market all day long. And when it does dip, you still cash out, basically. You will cash out. So that's going to be a very important one. But yeah, other than that, as I said, don't worry too much about where it is right now. Most important thing is BTC is above $2 trillion. Very important level for us. It's a psychological level. We are above that. BTC sitting above 58,000 is another great level. I am not complaining. Sorry, 58,000. Anything above 58,000 is a great level. I'm not complaining at all. Ethereum sitting at 3,300. Anything above 3,000, we're doing fine, right? We're doing fine. We're only quarter of the way left to go there. So we only need a little percentage to get to there, right? So don't worry too much about it. There will be a time when we will dump everything, right? There will be a time. And in fact, nearer to the time when I see the markets heating up a little bit, you're going to get the biggest red warning from me, the biggest red flag from me. I'm going to say, right, guys, this is it. This is the danger zone, right? Last season, I did the same thing. When we started moving above the $61,000 or $62,000, I said, guys, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. And then the market crashed, right? Of course, when the market crashed, we couldn't tell if the market's going up or down because we went all the way to $58,000 and then we exited, right? So yes, we didn't catch the right top, but we waited to see if the market's going to react, how it's going to react. And when we saw the indicators and everything flip bearish, immediately we said, right, exit, 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 get the hell out, right? And I'm not saying that I can predict stuff, right? And that's kind of an evidence that I can't predict, right? Everything. But we have to go based on what the chart is saying. And if the chart is showing us signs that it wants to move up, then we hold a little bit longer, but we do it with caution, with trailing stops, or at least stop loss, right? And a stop loss, you can always move it up. Remember, if you went from $1,000 to $2,000, move it up to $1,900. It's fine, right? And now if you're pumping even further, then move it up closer. So you always got to kind of shrink your range so that you can keep maximum profits, right? So I'm going to go into YouTube. Give me a second. I'm going to jump onto YouTube because that way I can read the chats and see what's going on. I see there's a whole bunch of people watching. Well, there's 4 people watching from what I can see. I'm not even sure how many people there is. Question number 1, question number 2. Great. You carry on with those questions. I'm about to jump in to the video. Right. Give me a second. I'm going to jump into the video and let's have a look. Where are we? Where the hell are we? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm literally jumping into the thing. So it says 2 watching. All right. Give me a second. Need to get to the chats. Where's the chat? Chat. Got you. All right, Maxim. I got you, my brother. Right. So I've got you on my main screen now. So now at least I can read the chats, right? See what's going on. Right. So earlier on. Right, Modi, thank you very much for coming. I hope this kind of clarifies your question and answers your question as well, right? So Maximus, I do really, so he said, hold on. He said, I think he said, I do really have an important question, actually, 2 questions. Question number 1, how to make, or actually how to pull profits? Do you need to just convert everything to USD or fiat? Okay, fiat and USD, there's a difference between this, right? And this is a very good question, and I appreciate you asking me, and I hope this helps other people as well to understand mindset, because we talk about mindsets a bit. If you've invested in crypto and you made a whole bunch of profit, and you don't want anything to do with crypto for the next 6 months to a year, or you need the cash, then you go to fiat, Okay, then you move over to fiat because you don't want to leave it in an exchange, right? Because we know very well that USDT or USD is pegged to the USD one another, right? So it's kind of a depreciating currency anyway, right? It's going to collapse any day now. So we don't want to risk leaving it in USDT or USDC, right? If we're going to be for a very long, if we're going to be out of the market for a long time. However, if you intend to buy the dips or if you intend to play the market all over again, then it's advisable, right? And this is not a financial advice. You stay in USDT. If you don't need to take the cash out, then stay in USDT and or USDC, I would recommend actually, because USDC is a little bit more safer. Stay in USDC, put it in some staking pool and earn 3, 4, 5% yield, right? While you wait, you know what I mean? So you're not losing anything because your bank is not going to give you that. Do you know what I mean? So if you need the fiat, take it out. Also for tax purposes as well. If you take profits out, you've got to pay taxes and whatnot, depending what country you are. But if you do, then as I said, tax, whatnot. But if you need the money, take fiat. If you don't need the money and you want to play the market again, you want to grow your wealth again or do whatever, then the best advice is stay in USDC and lock it in a staking or whatever, or even liquid staking, and earn as much as you want, right? So question number 2, is it possible to recover stolen funds? No, right? It is not possible to recover stolen funds. However, if you have like a cold wallet or some sort of a wallet, then there are services out there who will charge you a little premium, but they can recover sometimes lost funds inside a wallet, right? So basically they have a way of kind of going back in and retracing it, finding the seed phrase and recovering it through there. But even that is complicated. Most of the time, if you lost anything, you lost it, right? That's how it is. If it was in a centralized exchange or any exchange, then obviously you can claim it back from them. You can report it to them and claim it back. But unfortunately, if you have a self-custody wallet, like in your case, you have a phantom wallet, it's a self-custody wallet, there's no one there to back you up, right? And anyone who's promising they can recover it, right, unless they can truly recover it, you say to them, fine, recover it. If someone's promising they can, which I don't know of any, but if they say they can, then you don't pay them anything beforehand. No, you do not make a deal. You say, right, recover my funds and then I'll give you whatever, right? But do not pay anybody up front because it's a scam, right? Nobody's going to recover that for you. That's a fact, right? So understand this. So Maxim says, yeah, cashing out is the question I have. The first one, how to cash out. Cash out. Okay, how would I say this? So it depends, right? I mean, your normal fiat gateway. So however way you've entered the market would be how you would cash out, right? So that's all I can say, to be honest, right? In my case, it's quite different. My case is different because I have a lot of people who come to buy and sell, right? So sometimes I'll have cash sitting around and then somebody wants to sell. And if I think I want to buy, so I'm not going to just buy just because someone wants to. No, if I think the conditions are great and if I think the market conditions are right and I'm not going to lose out, I will happily buy off them and I'll send the funds over to them. So kind of like a P2P, if that makes sense, right? So that is an option that you have. You can do some P2P. If you have crypto that you want to get rid of, offload, then set it up as near to the market rate as possible. Obviously, you don't want to lose out. Set it up on a P2P and then just get rid of it that way. That's if you're trying to do it the decentralized way, right? But there is no decentralized way when you're talking about fiat, right? Let's be real here, right? So that's that. But these are things that I personally can't tell you because, again, it totally depends in your country, the rules and regulations around your country. It may differ to ours. I don't know, right? I know some countries, they can't even buy crypto, right? They have to go through the black markets to buy crypto, right? There's some international countries, right? With countries crypto friendly, but those people can't buy crypto. So they call internationally, they're like, oh, bro, we want to buy $1,000 worth of BTC. Can you send it over? I'm like, okay, fine. But how do I get the money? Do you know what I mean? So we do have those kind of situations as well. So it is quite unique to your country, your region. So just do a little bit of due diligence. I'm sure you figure it out. But if you're in crypto, you want to continue in crypto, USDT is one of the best ones. USDC is technically a little bit more safe, as I said, right? Okay. So Modi says, yeah, it does. thanks. Okay, so I think that answered your question. Thank you very much, Maxim. I believe it answered your question. Amen. Amen to everybody, my brother. Amen to everybody. So he said, Hemode says, so you recommend once you're happy with your crypto gains to put it all on USDT or USDC. That's what I was thinking of doing once I feel the market's going to crash and buy at the dip. Exactly. Yeah. So if you are planning to be in the game, right? So that's the whole thing. If you want to be in the game, you need to have funds in the game, right? It's a quite simple way of doing things. But if you don't want to be in the game for 6 months to a year, then it's not safe to be in the game. Does that make sense, right? So, and you need to spend it or whatever, then you take it out, right? That's what you do. You take it out, right? So he's in the, so Maxim is in the USA. So if Maxim, you're in the USA, then sadly, yes, if you are paying taxes, then you can actually write it off against your tax. And if you do write it off against your tax, I think like in the UK, we have a rule. Say if we, and I'm going to explain this to you, and I think it's very similar in the US as well. Let me explain this and maybe that makes sense. In the UK, if we invest $10,000 or £10,000, that is an expense, right? And if we lose that, then that's it's a loss, right? So we can actually offset that against our future taxes, if that makes sense, right? So I think in the US, it's pretty much the same thing. So if you've invested XYZ and if you lose that fund, I think you can write it off against your tax. So if you do, say, for example, you lost $10,000, but you made $10,000 gains, you can actually write it off. And that gain that you made, you don't have to pay taxes for XYZ amount of time because the previously you made a loss on that as well. So I think that's pretty similar, like how it works in the UK. Because in the UK, our rules are quite simple, black and white, they've made it. It's a bit different for individuals and companies or businesses. Give me a second. I just need a little bit of drink. Sorry, I've spoken too much. I don't even know how long I've been on the chat. 41 minutes. I've been on here 41 minutes. Heck, you know. All right. As it is. So 41 minutes I've been here. Right. So what I was saying, right? In the UK, they made it quite simple. So individuals and businesses are treated slightly different with how much tax you pay. And individuals are taxed based on their net yearly income. So depending on what kind of a threshold they fall in. So low income, mid income, and high income, right? So it's not your net worth, it's your income based on that. And then if you own a business, then you pay taxes in a complete different way. But the simplicity is that if you put money in, that is regarded as an expense. So that whatever that fund is, an expense. If you make gains on top of that amount, then you only pay tax on the amount you made. So if you pay 10% tax, for example, like in most cases it's 10%, you only pay that on the profit money. So it's quite cool. You get to keep 90% of the profit. That's really, really cool. And then depending on is obviously your income threshold as well. So depends how much you declare. So that is quite simple. I quite like that. So it made it easy. And then it made it more easy that you only pay when you come out. So you can actually invest 10 grand every day, every year, whatever. It doesn't matter, right? 20 grand, 100 grand, whatever you want to invest. You only pay tax when you exit back into fiat, not every year, not every month, not every, well, we have every 3 months and then every yearly as well. But you don't have to, because that's just expense. And you can offset that as well. So there are little things, but I'm not a tax advisor. So guys, this is not a tax advice. It's just what I've noticed, right? And it's written in black and white. So in UK, if something's been written by the government in black and white, HMRC in black and white, you can actually show that as evidence in the courtroom or whatever, so they can't argue with you. So that's a good thing. So let's see. He says, by the way, I sold BTC because I don't trust it anymore, and now CAS, ETH, sold AVAX, and a bit of ADA and XRP. So you sold everything. Oh my days. No, okay. What can I say? Right. Okay. I'm totally the opposite. I am totally the opposite, actually. I trust BTC more. And I think I explained that on the BlackRock part, BlackRock video I did, the first video I think I met you on. I definitely explained it on that one. People can do what they want. People can manipulate what they want. BTC is just going to be BTC. Obviously, you don't want to put everything in there, and you don't want to look the other way. Do you know what I mean? If you're in it to make the money, make the money. Don't be a fool. That's what I always say to people, right? I say, make the money, get the hell out. Don't fall in love with it. Even me, I love BTC. I trust BTC. I respect BTC. It's made me a lot of money, but I'm not in love with it. I'm not going to marry it, right? If I think I need to let it go, I will let it go, right? That's a fact. I will let it go, right? I don't have any second thoughts about it. I just need to let it go, let it go. What goes up will come down, right? And the narratives, right? If something like BTC currently, for example, hold on. If something like BTC currently, say, how would I say this, goes to 100K, right? And then I think that, okay, it might come down to 5K or whatever. And there's a narrative, and all of a sudden I know Ethereum is now going to be 100K worth. Well, I'll happily, jump ships, right? If that makes sense, and go to another boat. Right? I don't have to hang about with the same thing forever, if that makes any sense, right? If the narrative changes, I also want to change, right? We're not going to be stuck there forever. So, no disrespect to Satoshi, right? I might hold a few Satoshis or a few BTC, but the point is I will happily change with whatever the narrative is. That's what a right mindset of an investor should be. Investor shouldn't marry his stocks. Right, he should be able to change stocks along with the narratives whenever it's necessary, right? If that makes sense. So that's the right way of doing trading, buying, holding, and this and that. You don't hold anything forever. So that's what it is, and we're all in it to make money. Let's just be honest. Let's be real. Doesn't matter how much of a fanboy we are in it to make the money. So, if you have sold it, there's nothing I could say, brother. But as I said, I do still trust it. Sadly, I do still, sadly for you, but I do still trust it. And, I think the narrative is still there. When it dies off, yeah, I'm going to move off as well. Right. So he says, no, thank you. No, thank you so much, bro, for a lesson. I'll pay you back sometime. I don't need you to pay me anything, my brother. I don't need anybody to pay me anything. I don't need I've never asked for anything from anyone other than a small like, share, and a subscribe. Why? So other people could learn, not so I could grow. Honestly, I've never asked anybody to subscribe so I can grow the channel, right? I've never ever gone in and monetized my channel. My channel is not monetized. I don't monetize my channel. I've got merch. I've never advertised my merch. In fact, I have a merch store with all my bits and bobs because of my channel, the size of the channel. But I very rarely I tag the product. I'm like, I can't be bothered. In fact, the product link is here somewhere on the button there. I don't do that. Well, I'm not bothered, man. This is another headache. Why? I've got plenty going on, right? A small appreciation, a small like, a small thank you, a small comment, right, makes my day. Honestly, you made a comment. I said it made my day. Honestly, a small kind comment makes my day, right? Whereas in that fella who says, oh, maybe you should change your car and drive a Ferrari. I said, what? Even if you give me a free Ferrari, I won't drive it. I'm not stupid. Do you realize I live in the heart of London, right? Do you realize if in the heart of London, I got to pay £3,000 a year just to drive in the middle of London? Do you realize that? Do you realize that I've got to pay another £3,000 in congestion charge for a Ferrari in a year? That's £6,000. Do you realize I got to pay about £10,000 or at least £5,000 in my case, insurance? For me to own a Ferrari, I've got to pay over £10,000 a year just to basic thing. It's not, I won't even spend that. That's stupid. I'm not stupid. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to go there. But anyway, as I said, nobody has to ever pay me anything, guys. Never, please, never. Okay. Just being here is support enough for me. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that, right? So Maxim then says, when ETH will pump, I'll convert it into CAS and USDT. Why CAS? Because it's really a cool coin. Genuinely, CAS is a cool coin. And CAS, what you have to understand about Casper as well, right? This is a really nice one. I think I mentioned it a few times. Casper performs the best when everything else is bloody. Remember this. I don't know why, but it does. So Casper's performance has always been greatest during a bear market or a bloody day, right? I don't know why, but definitely it's not a bad idea. But again, I can't give you financial advice. But if you do, my advice would be wait for the bloodiest of time. Always don't FOMO in, right? Remember, we don't FOMO in. We're not going to follow the hypes or anything. We wait for the bloodiest day in crypto to enter into these coins, and then we just sit back, relax, and wait for the market to come back, sell back, take our initial out at least, and then play around with the profit. That way, we do not lose any money. We don't have to lose money. And also, for you, Maxim, regarding the, I shared the link for that video, but I want to say this again. Phantom wallet or any other decentralized wallet, please, 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 while I remember this, right? When you go and interact with any kind of a DApp or whatever from your self-custody wallet, please use a burner wallet, right? What that means is do not use your main wallet. If you have 10 Solana or Ethereum or whatever, it doesn't matter what kind of wallet it is, and you want to go and interact with something for even $10, don't expose how many you have there, because you don't know who you're authorizing at that time. You know, when you got to sign something, you don't know what you're authorizing. So always use a wallet that you have the least amount of fund or only what's necessary. So that way, if someone decides to drain your wallet or do something, they're not able to drain, right? Please do that. That's really, really important, right? So I just want you to understand this. Do not have anything. We always have burner wallets. Like I've got Phantom wallet, but I've got like 3 different addresses. I've mentioned this on the main video as well. I have the burner wallet, which I expose to everybody. I have a wallet where I send funds from Coinbase. I have a wallet where I send funds from Binance, but I don't mix them, right? I don't use the same wallet I send funds from Coinbase with Binance. No, I keep it separately. So if somebody is tracking me or whatever, they can only track it back to a certain area and they can only see so much, right? But I'm not going to expose everything. And even when I send the funds, I only send the specific amount I need, right? Not anything more than that, because I don't need anything more than that. And anything more than that I am self-custodying, I will not expose to anybody else, right? Any cold storage that I have or any cold wallets or any self-custody, don't expose those. I would happily send it from an exchange, because I know a hacker or anybody cannot drain my exchange wallet, right? That's all I need to say, right? So that's why I do it. Anyway, so I understand where you come from, you know, but just a nice little friendly advice. That's all I'm giving you, right? So Hemoda says, hey bro, I'm holding these etherum, Link, Sol, Bonk, etc. Good picks. What's your advice? Last question. Thanks, bro. They are all very good, right? They are all very good. The one coin I don't think is a hold coin, Bonk. You're going to go in Bonk, made your money, get your initial out. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing else. Yes, you can hold it for as long as you want. Take your initial out. Right now, in this current timeline of the market structure, right? So the current situation we're in, where we're almost coming to test the all-time highs for some of these coins, not all of them. There are potential that the other coins, the leading coins that you mentioned, like for example, Ethereum, Solana, and etc., they are going to move up, right? But a coin like Bonk, it's a meme coin, right? Meme coins, don't go crazy on it, right? If you bought it at the bottom, take your initial out at least, you know, and if you've made a significant amount of profit, cash out some of it. That's all I'm going to say, nothing else. I'm not giving financial advice, but that's what I'm going to say to you, because that's the right way to do, because they will pump very high and they will drain very fast. You don't want that, right? Because it's an emotional mess. You don't want to be there. Maxim says, don't marry your coins. Amen. Absolutely. Do not marry your coins. Doesn't matter what it is. Do not fall in love with it, right? Do not fall in love with it. Maxim says, don't get me wrong, I'd stay with BTC, but when you only have less than 10K, no point to hold it. You're wrong, my brother. Okay, so I'm getting down the questions, right? You're wrong. Let's put it this way. If BTC today, you bought $10,000 worth, $10,000 worth would buy you 1/6 of a BTC, because it's at $60,000, right? It will buy you 1/6, right? Yeah, something like that, 1/6 of a BTC. What if BTC becomes 100K? It's not 1/6 anymore, right? Now still 1/6, but it's worth a little bit more, right? Say in the future, it's now worth 500K, right? You still hold that. Remember, the idea behind BTC is quite powerful, actually. A lot of people need to understand this, and I think I kind of briefly mentioned it in one of my videos. I'm not quite sure. 1 BTC is equal to 1 BTC. We all know this, fine. But at the same time, let me switch off this bloody, hold on, give me a second. Right, so we know 1 BTC is worth 1 BTC. But a lot of people forget one BTC also has 100 million Satoshis. 100 million Satoshis. Now, the idea is when BTC hits the $21 million threshold, right? The maximum cap, right? $21 million, or we're getting close to it anyway right now. But when we hit that number, and if by that time, if the coin appreciates in value, right? And the only way you can appreciate in value is if the fiat depreciates in value, right? So fiat inflates, depreciates in value. One fiat is worth 1/10 of what it was, then BTC would be worth 10 times more than what it is worth now. When that happens, more and more people will be interested, and more people would want to come in and buy BTC. But if there's not enough BTC available in the market, right? And you can actually track how many is available in the exchanges and ETC. Like currently, there's about 2,000 Bitcoin hovering around in the exchanges, right? That's only 2,000 out of the 19 million coins, right? 19 plus million. I don't know. I can't tell you exactly what the number is off the top of my head. It's almost close to like 20 million coins. Not 20, but 19.5 million coins. But the point is more and more people want BTC. Like in my case, last couple of days, fresh people, brand new people, right? FOMOing in, right? Coming, calling me and bugging me. And, oh, bro, I need to buy BTC. What the hell's wrong with you? So anyway, I gave him BTC. But there's going to be a point where they won't have the BTC. I will have to give them Satoshis, right? People would need Satoshis. If you hold $10,000 worth of Satoshis today, you're going to be selling Satoshis. Think about it. That's the key here, right? Again, I'm not giving financial advice. Just want you to understand what's going on, right? So that's that. So let's go to the next part, right? So I'm answering them one by one. I always pay back everyone who helped me. You do not have to pay. I want you to pay me back. I'll tell you what, you hit that thumbs up. That's all I want from you. Can you do that? I want you to pay me right now with a thumbs up, right? And that's it. We are done. Our deal is done. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. And about payback, you never know what will happen in 10 years, and you never know, maybe we'll meet in person. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, it's a small world. I always say to people, this world is very small. You reap the benefits that you sow, right? So for me, if I've done good things, then only good things will come back to me. And if I've done good things for people, it's a small world. They will see me one day and they'll recognize me and say, that's that guy. You know what I mean? What are you going to leave? Like, I'm here, I'm 40 something years old. I won't tell you exactly how old I am, but I'm 40 something years old. I'm going to pass away one day. What am I going to leave behind? Money, wealth? I ain't taking none of that. I'll tell you what I will take with me is anything good I've did for people. People will remember me. If people can remember me for 5 years after I've passed away, 10 years after I've passed away, what else could I want? That's more powerful than anything else. And I believe in that. I'm not a religious guy, but I do believe in that. That energy, positive energy flows, right? And if you can pass on positive energy to other people, then you shall receive that back. Even when you're not here, as good energy, right? You get that back. It's a weird way of me saying it, but that's the reality, right? So yes, maybe why 10 years? Maybe in next 10 months we might meet up. You never know, right? We never know. It's a small world. Believe me, I've met people randomly. I've bumped into people in places, and the guy turns around and is like, oh, I know you. I was like, what do you mean you know me? No, I know you. And he knows me from somewhere. I was like, I don't know from where. And he says, oh, you were at that meeting. I was like, yeah. And I only been there once, but this guy recognized me. He said, I saw you on a stage, you did a speech, and I saw you there. And I remember you because you did inspire me to do certain things. Oh, yeah, but was it for the good thing? Did you do the right thing? Because a lot of people were kind of disappointed because I didn't give them what they wanted. I didn't give them the dopamine. I just gave them facts. I said, guys, do you realize what this is? Because a lot of people, I'll tell you what it was. There was a speech I was doing about Bitcoin. Some people wanted me to talk about Bitcoin, and they kind of invited me over as a speaker. And so because I had the knowledge, so I sat there and I spoke to everyone. And I said, guys, a lot of you guys are sitting here in this room. There's like 200 people. I said, 200 people sitting in this room. I'm standing on a stage and I can see you made an effort to come here because you all want to buy BTC. And everyone's like, yeah. I was like, okay, fine. You want to buy BTC. But what if I told you BTC can go to $1 today? What would you do? And you see their faces, right? Just changes. Like, I was like, oh, what the hell? Mic drop. What the, but the reality is, these people only saw the upside. They didn't understand that it could easily go to zero. So when I stood there on that stage and I spoke for like 5 minutes, and I said, Do you understand? BTC could go to $1 trillion, $1 million, $1 billion. That's all great, but don't come for that reason. Come for that reason that, okay, I'm going to get in, I'm going to make 10%, 20%, 30%, maybe even 100%, right? That's a good thing. It's okay. We're all allowed to do that. But we also have to manage our risk and understand that it could easily go to zero. If we do not accept that, then we cannot accept how high it can go, right? And that changed everybody. And the guy goes to me, I remember you from there. I was like, okay, thank you. Appreciate that. You know, I don't know how my speech was, but if you remember me for saying what I did, I hope you acted on it. You know what I mean? So that's that. Cash grows when everything fails. I did know that's too. Yes, Cash does. I see someone here, RA. Is it too late to enter Solana or ETH? Right? RA says, is it too late to enter Solana or ETH? No financial advice. If you do enter Solana or ETH right now, Solana is not a problem. But if you do enter ETH right now, all I'm going to say, because of the current volatility that we're going to have, please do have a stop loss at the least, if not a trailing stop. You don't want to lose your funds. That's all I'm going to say, because when the market flips bearish, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. I'm not here, you know, I don't know what the market does, to be honest, right? So, but end of the day, I can only relate what the chart says to me. So the chart, according to the chart right now, we still have room to grow. So we know it's going to grow a little bit more, but how much, we don't know. And we don't know if the market's going to decide to dump 20, 30%. And when that happens, it will create a cascading effect, which means like a house of cards, everything just falls, right? And when it falls, we could enter a bear market, maybe a short bear market, and a short bear market could drop the market price by 50%. So if you don't have a stop loss, you could potentially lose 50% of whatever you're investing. That's all I'm saying, right? And this is, listen, you won't get this from any other YouTube channel. I'm being honest with you, right? So what you need to do is when you enter, if you enter right now, today, in the next 5 minutes, put a stop loss, right? I would say around 5%, right? You know, if you're feeling a little bit more brave and you're like, okay, I can lose a little bit more, go 10%, doesn't matter. But you will still be in the game, right? If you put a trailing stop, you will be in the game as long as the market doesn't dip below 5% or 10%. Do you know what I mean? So depending on your capacity to lose, you should invest. That's all I'm saying, nothing else, right? Again, just a humble opinion, you know, just my friendly advice. But I know a lot of people won't see that. Oh, bro, this guy. I know, listen, I see it too often. I've been at this game so long, right? And, you know, 2015 to now, and I'll tell you a little story that you're going to laugh your head off, right? Or probably curse me. You are going to curse me. You're all going to curse me. Let me tell you this, right? You're going to curse me. Oh my days. First time I was introduced to BTC was in 2010. I was introduced to BTC by a friend of mine, a friend, he's from Pakistan. He actually gifted me, I think it was 20 or 30 Bitcoin, right? In 2010, he gave it to me for free, and he put it in a phone. I used to have an iPhone, one of those iPhone 3GS. So he jailbroke it and put it into the iPhone 3GS. And first time I've jailbroken my phone, and those phones were kind of shitty back in the days, but it was great for that time, right? I didn't know how to use it. It was just there. I've never logged in. I never did nothing. So I used the phone for some time, and then I dropped the phone one day, and the battery died, and it just won't turn on anymore. I chucked it in the bin. 2010, I chucked 30 Bitcoin in the bin, right? I don't know what it is. I have no idea. A friend just said, just, bro, hold it. And he's giving it to me for free. We don't give something for free if it's valuable. Anyway, he believed in it. I didn't. I chucked it in the bin. So that's gone, right? I'm not too fussed about it. I didn't hear about it or think about it until 2012, right? When somebody else mentions Bitcoin, oh, is that a thing? Is that still around? And I said, yeah, haven't you seen it? Oh, I have a clue. So I told him about 2010. And that was it. Again, I didn't take notice. I didn't look at the charts. I didn't bother about it, right? Left it. Then it came back to me in 2015, right? In 2015, I'm literally driving a passenger, and the guy's sitting in the back, right? And I'm driving a passenger, and he made a joke, right? 2015, beginning of 2015, he made a joke, and he said, can I pay you in Bitcoin? I was like, what? Is that a thing? He said, haven't you seen the price? I said, no. He said, it's sitting at $200 a piece, right? What? $200. I remember my mate gave me 30 of them for free and I chucked it in the bin. He's like, you're an idiot. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, look at the appreciation. I was like, oh, okay. So it kind of piqued my interest, right? And I said, right, I'm going to go and now first time open my laptop or my computer at that time, right? I opened my laptop and I said, let me see the chart. And I saw the chart and I can see it moving. Oh, this is volatile. This is on another level, right? Do I really want to play with this? And my mindset at that time is I'm doing Forex, right? I'm doing Forex. And for me, if I can move 1 or 2%, 3% in a month, I'm doing freaking brilliant, right? And I'm playing with limited loss. So my target is like, worst case scenario, I lose 5%. And on the upside, I want to make 5%. So my target was always make 5% a month. Would you believe this? And I'm seeing BTC chart where the candles are dipping, pumping 5% in a day. I'm like, whoa, okay. So I said, you know what? I'm still going to look at it. I'm going to see how this works. I said to myself, I'm going to have a look at this and see how this works and if this works for me or not, right? So I opened an account with Poloniex, right? Opened an account with Poloniex. I remember that was the only exchange I could see at that time. I opened it with Poloniex and I bought $20 and that was including my exchange rate and it was £17. I bought £17. But I didn't buy to hold. I bought it to trade and test it, right? So this is me playing with 20 quid. I'm like, oh, 20 quid, that's nothing, right? It's like, for me, it was like a packet and a half cigarette. At that time, I used to smoke a lot. I used to smoke 2 packets of cigarettes a day. The last 2.5 years now, coming close to 3 years, I've given up smoking. I don't smoke anymore. I do vape. So you probably noticed that you always see I got a vape in my hand. I do vape now. I don't smoke anymore. But anyway, so I was like, that's a couple of packets of cigarette. It's fine. And I started trading. Right, very small trades, up and down, little trades here and there, and I got the hang of it. I was like, okay, because what I'm trying to do is find the pattern. I'm a chart guy, right? I've always been a chart guy. For me, it's all 99% chart, 1% trade, right? Whether I'm buying spot or whether I'm buying on leverage, whatever I'm doing, it's always 99% chart. Charts is where I live. Charts is what I breathe. This is what I do. I wake up in the morning. The first thing I look at is not my notification, chart, trading view. That's always been the case for me. So I'm a chart guy. And I identified patterns, right? And I did that until 2015, middle of 2015. And then while I'm identifying the pattern, I didn't really bother looking at the higher time frames, right? So I'm kind of learning crypto. So this is me like now really getting into the mood and learning crypto because I'm making money, but I'm learning crypto. Middle of 2015, I realized that we're actually inside the middle of a bull market. First time I came to my realization, we're in the middle of a freaking bull market. What the hell am I doing? Why am I trading? I shouldn't be trading. I should be buying. I should be buying and I should be holding. That's the beginning of my journey. So that's what, I don't want to make it long, but that's the beginning of my journey. I know a lot of people might not want to hear the full story, but that's what it is, guys. I don't want to make this any longer. Maxim said, Solana Saga 2, by the way, is probably another gem. Saga 2, isn't that the phone? I think that's the phone, right? I think, yeah, I've seen it on Phantom Wallet. They had the advertise for it, and I think they were selling it like $400 or something if you pre-order it. But they did have a message there that they said if they don't get all the orders in, they will probably refund everybody back. Currently, I think someone mentioned that the phone is now $500 a piece or something, so the price has gone up. Regardless, I understand what they're trying to do. I understand the thing, but to me, it's just another app built into the phone. Honestly, I'd rather have a much more better functioning hardcore phone that I can do a lot more with. I mean, for me, I do look, I use a Samsung. This year, when the new Samsung 24 came out, my friend was actually standing in Harrods and he said to me, Sham, do you want me to order you one? Because he always pre-orders. He's like, do you want me to pre-order a Samsung for you, S24 Ultra? And I said to him, I said, honestly, all right, his name's Lloyd. I said, Lloyd, honestly, I don't see the point. I'm not going to use AI, bro. I don't use that. I use my camera, but it's the same camera on that one. I need the storage, and I have the maximum storage on this, and I just need the RAM, and it's the same thing. Apart from the new 8 Gen 3, I really don't see a reason why I should change my phone. right? Because this is also a pre-ordered phone. It's a brand new phone. So I said, I don't see a reason. So I'm going to skip this year. So I skipped it. I'm not an iPhone guy, so I won't look at iPhones anyway, but I do like my Samsungs. However, if I was to choose another phone other than Samsung, it would be an Asus, believe it or not, Asus ROG. I do like the Asus ROG. So technology-wise, I would rather have a gaming device, because I do like the gaming device, much more hardcore, much more robust. But for everyday use, this is enough for me, right? So, you know, and it has all the functions and I can download all the stuff. And of course, you can do the same on the others as well. So I don't really see the need of me having this. And plus, if I wanted a cold storage, which I do have cold storage, but my cold storage are usually on a USB type of device like Ledger and XYZ or Trezor. And yeah, I'll keep them stashed away somewhere else. I don't want to keep it in my hand. So last thing I want is a crypto phone with crypto in it walking around. I don't want to do that. So that's why, one of the reasons why I'm not interested in the phone. But yeah, I'll have a look anyway, but you know, not my kind of thing. Funny, I did once do some reviews on another YouTube channel. So I am quite used to doing reviews, but no, you know, maybe I could have made something out of it. But again, I don't have time, guys. Honestly, I don't have time. Okay, so I see what you mean. So what he's saying is it's not about the phone, it's about the airdrops. Nice. Okay. I think they gave out Bonk and something else which pumped. You're right. Okay, I do remember something. Okay, yes, you're right. They didn't give out the Bonk. That's what you got to understand, right? So I'll give you a good example. Let me try and make this explain this in the most layman's way, right? So you have a product, right? You have a product. Your product is called Maxim G, right? Your product, you have a phone that's called Maxim G. And you partner with me and you say, right, Sham, or sorry, I partner with you because I have a product as well, but I want my product to get to the market, but I don't know how to do it, right? I don't have the users like you have, because you have a network, and on your network, you have, say, 100,000 people already following you. And now you know that at least 50,000 of those people will buy your device, right? You know this. I'm struggling. I'm stuck. So I need a partner. So I come up to you and I say, right, how about this, right? I will do airdrops through your device for your device holders, right? And I can expand my user base as well. And I'll pay you something for it as well, right? So end of the day, Maxim, you need to sell and make money. So if Bonk comes along and says, Maxim, give this to your users and we'll pay you, you're making money because your only goal is to make money. Sell devices, make money. And if you're getting bonus money as a sponsor, why not? So that's what's going on. Nothing else, bro. Nothing else. It's not like they're giving it. They are partnering. And of course, the companies they're partnering with clearly have an intention to do these kind of things. And they have the funding already. So that's what you got to understand. So, yeah, I mean, doing an airdrop, it's a good thing. Nice, you know, nice. Maxim, of course, listen, it's a great, you should trademark it, bro. You should trademark it. You know, they've got Moto G, like, you know, they had Moto G. What's the other one? Pixel, whatever they call it. And yeah, Maxim G. Why not, bro? I don't see a reason why you shouldn't call your phone Maxim G, you know? But yeah, I really suggest to check it out. I'll check it out. But as I said, like, would I hold one? Would I keep one? I don't think so. You know, but if I was a review channel, like a phone review channel, maybe I would have, right? But I wouldn't make a good reviewer or a good host because I'm too honest. And I'll tell you how it is. And sometimes when I get in the mood, I'll FM blind and swear at everybody. I just don't care. Do you know what I mean? And obviously this is for adults only. So kids, go to bed. Definitely, I just got it for 4 sold. So you got one. Awesome. Yeah, I know. That's when I see it. That's when I saw it as well. It was $400. I saw it on the Phantom wallet because they have the ad there, right? I saw it on the Phantom wallet, and I thought about it, but I don't need it. Honestly, I don't need it. By the way, Maxim, here's a good fun as well. And those of you guys who are here, there's about 5 people watching this, right? I'm actually a minimalist. A lot of people that know me personally know this. I'm actually a minimalist. Right, you probably see me wearing this cap. I have about 20 caps, but if I put this cap, like I'll take this cap off and I put this cap somewhere, then guess what? Right, I will literally pick up the same cap from the same location. That's the kind of a person I am. I'm a freaking minimalist, right? Because I can't be bothered to go and look for another cap to put on. So whatever's in front of me, I'll put it on. You probably see me wearing this same jacket all the time, right? Again, same thing. I put it in a part of my closet, right, or wardrobe, whatever you call it, right? And when I'm coming out, and that's the first one, I'll pick it up and I'll just put it on. Honestly, unless someone in the family has rotated something for me, I would just pick up whatever's there and just move off, right? I don't care. I wear the same shoes every other day. I don't really care. I'm not fussed about the 10 pairs of shoes I got. Oh, I should wear this with that. I'm a minimalist. I'm an absolute minimalist, right? Absolute minimalist. So yeah, that's it. So other than that, guys, if you have any other questions or anything, please fire away. I'll happily talk about them. If not, it's been 1 hour and 15 minutes. And I should be going home. Mrs. is definitely going to have a go at me. I have 2 pairs of pants, 2 pairs of shoes, and a suit. Perfect. You're just my kind of guy. What many more do you need? I do not understand people when like there's people out there with 100 pairs of jeans, 100. When do you wear them? When do you wear them? Wear one every day. Fine. When do you wash them? Right? Doesn't make any sense to me. So for me, I'm just like that. Like you don't need 50 pairs. Like you have 1 pair of or 2 pairs of pants, 2 pairs of shoes, and 2 pairs of. Okay, here's a good one. I like boots, right? I'm a boot guy. I'm a big boot guy. So I have about 5 pairs of boot, right? 5 different pairs of boot. But I have 1 pair of trainers, 1 pair of dress shoes, 1 pair of normal loafer shoes, right? So similar like that, and like 1 pair of beach sandals, 1 pair of sandals to wear at home, right? So I'm kind of very specific like that as well. But when it comes to boot, yeah, I do like my boots, right? And I have different weather boots, different terrain boots as well. So I don't wear them all the time, but say if I'm going hiking or camping or whatever, I'll wear a different type of boot. If I'm outside on the road, I'll wear a particular type of boot. So I do like my boots, right? That's one thing. When it comes to jackets, not fussed. Coats, not fussed. I do like my shirts, but again, I'm not fussed. Depending, say for example, I'm going to work, right? I'm working every day. I ain't got the time to wear it, right? Sometimes I'll just put a t-shirt on, just walk out. I don't really care, right? And of course, it's under my it's going to make a noise, but it's under my things. It doesn't matter. A lot of the time, I'm just wearing my jacket anyway. It doesn't matter. And when I take it off, no one really cares, right? Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. It is what it is, right? But the whole thing is it's not just about me being a minimalist, right? When I'm here on YouTube as well, as I said before as well, I'm not trying to put a show on. I don't want to dress up for people. I don't want to show stuff. I don't want to be in my room showing all my equipment and all my jewelry and all my watches and this and that. No. In fact, check this out. This is really, really cool. I own a couple of very lovely watches and I love them to bits, right? And they're my pride and my joy. But here's a fun fact. I do not wear a single watch all day long. Right? I do wear them when I go to special occasions and etc. But I make an effort to wear them. I actually don't remember to wear them. I forget to wear them. I'm happy as I am. Do you know what I mean? So that's that. Exactly why I spend money when it doesn't matter and you can invest. I like tech though and guitars. Also, music. Listen, intelligent people like music. That's what I'm going to say. Intelligent people like music. So myself, I don't listen to music, but I do have a fun fact, right? I do listen to very specific type of music. So a lot of people get shocked when they hear this. So I actually can't speak fluent Bengali, right? So my heritage is Bengali. I actually speak better Hindi. So even though it's not my native language, because I do have a lot of friends who are Indian, Pakistani. So because I spoke with them, I've practiced a lot more. I speak a lot better Hindi than I speak my mother's tongue, right, which is Bengali. So I don't speak it. However, I do listen to Bangladeshi folk songs a lot, right? And for example, when I listen to English songs, I do like ballads, power ballads, right? If it's not a power ballad, I won't listen to it. So I like songs with meaning, a lot of power behind them. Like there's power in the voice. That's what I like, right? If there's no meaning to it, it's not for me. you know what I mean? So I'm very specific to what kind of music. Like, for example, I will listen to Oriental music, right? Not songs, just music, right? Or some Persian music or something like this, right? But it's got to be a particular tune, right? Or particular type of tune for me to listen to. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I am. And I love a bit of a guitar. I don't play myself, but I do love a guitar. The sound it makes, but not the rock type. I'll be honest with you. So I'm not into rock music or crazy stuff. I do like drum and bass every now and then, but that's just drum and bass, right? So power ballads, my boy. No, honestly, I do love a power ballad. I don't know why. I can sometimes, I'm in the car, I'm on a long drive, like one of those 2-3 hour drives. Sometimes I do drive quite long distance. And I'll have Celine Dion playing, for God's sake, right? Or what's her name? Whitney Houston, right? Playing. And Whitney Houston, I could listen to Whitney Houston all day long, right? And there are a few others on my playlist. I'll just listen to them all day long. Half of the people, I don't even know what the name is, but I just love how the power they're putting into it, right? Here's a fun fact. I don't speak, understand, or read Arabic, right? There's this Lebanese singer called Elissa. And I was in Dubai in 2015, I believe it was, or 2014, right? 2015. No, 2016. Sorry, my bad. 2015. I was in Dubai with the family, and we went to where the Dubai Mall is, the main Dubai Mall, and they have this water fountain thing there. And there was this song that was playing on the loudspeaker while the fountains were moving, and the song was Bali Habibi, right? And the lady, the way she was singing it was very much like a power ballad. I have no idea what the hell she was saying, but it stuck to me. I still listen to it to this day. I have no idea what the words are. I could, if I want to, get a translation, but I don't want to because it will ruin it for me. The tune, the way it starts, the way it went, I was just on another level. The power in that song, I was like, whoa, I don't know what that is, but I like that. You know what I mean? I write songs that has meanings. I hate songs that are stupid. 100%, brother. I will not, for me, a lot of the songs, I think most of them are just stupid. Like, I'll give you a good example. Rap. A lot of the new age, the latest kind of raps are just full of bullshit. But when it comes to like Tupac, Biggie, right? It's on another level. I'm a massive fan of Tupac, right? Hail Mary, come on, right? Changes, come on. Changes. He actually sang about changes, right? The stuff he would love to see. And we got to see them. A black president, we got to see them. You know what I mean? Love that. There was a lot of power in those, right? Eminem, a lot of people think he sings funny, but actually he doesn't. Eminem actually sings very, very meaningful songs. So I could sit there and listen to Eminem, like, when he busts out his lyrics, right? I'm like, oh, this guy's got power. This guy's got power. And songs has to have meaning, not stuff with cuss words. Absolutely. I mean, cuss words depends, right? Cuss words depends on what context the cuss word is, right? If you're all trying to just big up yourselves, right? What's the point? You know what I mean? Like when I said about Tupac, he sweared, but he didn't swear in any other way. There was a reason why he was swearing, right? There was a reason. Dr. Dre, right? He sometimes swears, but there's a meaning behind it. There's a reason behind it. And you can understand the context behind it. And it's like sometimes when you have that lyric, if you don't add that swear word, it doesn't bring out the main meaning, if that makes sense, right? Which is okay. I understand that, right? But like there's a lot of, I don't know, new stuff, right? They come out and there's like all sorts of, what do you call this? Like, they're just gang stuff and dissing each other and this and that, and they're trying to big up, right? All trying to flash your money, show your chains, show your gold. Fuck you, man. Excuse my language. We don't care. We don't care. Oh man. Thank you so much. I live in Hawaii, so have a lot of stuff to do. It's 3 p.m. here. Also, look, it's 3 p.m. there. I think the time here is 1 a.m. here. So yeah, it's very late here. I do appreciate that as well. When I'm in London, I'll hit you up. Also, come to Hawaii. Also, listen, I would love to come to Hawaii. Definitely part of my plan at one stage. I would love to. Just trying to get myself free from all the craziness that I have right now, especially with the project that I've got. It's a long-term project that I've been working on for many years. And for this project, I mean, I've literally put everything on the line. So I would love to see it success, and as soon as it does, I want to take a long break. And I've talked about it quite a few times actually. I plan to go on a world tour. I want to go and see the world, guys. I haven't seen the world. I want to go and see the world, right? And I don't mean a world tour as in like a YouTube tour. No, I just want to go out and just experience the world for what it is. You know, new cuisines, new stuff, new people, new places. I'd love to go and see all of those things. So other than that, right, I know it's been a very, very long stream, 1 hour, 24 minutes. Definitely, Maxim, if I do come to Hawaii, I will definitely let you know. I would love to come there. As I said, I'm planning to do a world tour where I go on like a 6-month holiday, maybe even a year. I don't really care. I might do the west side 6 months and east side 6 months. I definitely want to kind of disconnect myself, if that makes sense. I want to disconnect myself from the daily life and all the hard work that I've put in. I want to treat myself, right? That's something I've planned. But for me, like for right now, it's been quite hard because I've got 2 kids, and for their schools and everything as well, education was very important. So hence why it had to be family things and this and that, but they're growing up, and then soon, hopefully, I'll be free to go out and explore the world as I wish. And that's something I do intend to do very soon. So yeah, other than that, awesome. No, you are a great guy too. As I said, like, you know, and if I'm free, I will happily make time and talk about it. And you know, welcome to Discord. Right, thank you very much for coming to Discord, because now you can connect with me. And of course, I'm not there all the time, guys, so please do understand I am quite busy, and when I am, I'm not available. But whenever, if you have something, leave it on Discord or leave it on the video comments. As you know, it doesn't matter if this channel has 3,000 members, or if it has 30,000 members, or even 300,000 members. Believe this or not, I will actually make time to go and reply to everybody. You know, whatever it is, I always do that, right? Even on Discord, if you leave something and if I have time, I'll talk about it. You can scroll up on Discord and you can see the timeline. We always talk about certain things. People ask me questions and I'll answer them straight away, right? If I have the time, and if I have the phone in my hand, I will definitely answer it. But yeah, I'm always there to help you guys, right? You know, I don't need anything else. So that's all it is. You know, just love. That's it. Just love. One love, right? One love, Bob Marley. Honestly, one love. But other than that, thank you very much. I'm going to catch you guys on another one very soon. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys come on and watching me at this time of the night. Thank you very much for this. I'll see you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos. Thank you.